All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the webinar. And without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to our great leader, Janet Larson. Go ahead, Janet.
Thanks so much, Todd, and thanks everyone for joining us. And we're going to jump right into our roundtable discussion tonight. We sure had a great weekend in Las Vegas for our first CTFO convention. And based on the insights that were shared by our owners, this opportunity moving forward will be 10 times better than we were before, and 10 times better than our perceived competition. We introduced some exciting new products, and these products are going to allow us to penetrate and dominate huge new markets with massive potential. And we now have a new optimized website that not only looks like $1 million, it can make you $1 million. The leaders at Team Genesis were here with me on stage when our executive leadership team was introduced live and in person to the audience. And as always, both of those top performers that you know and love, Todd and Klaus, are here with us tonight. And I'm going to ask them some questions about their experience at the gala. So let's start with you, Todd. How long did you spend in Las Vegas? And were you able to mix a little pleasure in with your business trip?
Well, thanks, Janet. Absolutely. I actually got in on Tuesday because I wanted to fly in. You know, I've been to Vegas numerous times, but really didn't have a chance to enjoy myself. So I wanted to come in a little early. And once I got there, I sort of felt the atmosphere early. You know, some people that got there early just like me. But what I wanted to do was sort of set the tone for me personally. You know, I went out, and as you can see, I always love my button like I have on now. So I went out in the city. I had my button on, and true success story, and a lot of team members have seen my video. You know I'm a Mustang fan, so I went to the Mustang Museum, but of course I needed to get there. So I actually got into a Lyft ride. I got in, had my button. Lady asked me about my button. Of course, you know, that gets me going. That gets my juices flowing. And so I started telling her about what I was doing and things of that nature. Make a long story short, ladies and gentlemen, I got her as a business partner. She already has 3 new people. But that's what it's all about. As I was enjoying myself with all the many sights of Las Vegas, I still was in business mode because I can mix the two and still have fun. And so we have the tools and things if we just put them on. But that's why I came out early, was to get people excited, let them know why I was here. And, you know, one thing I like to say, Jenny, is that people are very curious. And people will ask, like, you know, why you in Las Vegas or where you from? And that's a perfect transition for us to share the CTFO opportunity. And so that's what I'm really excited about. So I definitely was able to mix business with pleasure.
And I know, Todd, you're really a button guy, and some of us are not. I'm not so much, even though I know how effective those are. And we talked about at this convention the new gear that we have, including the hat you have on, ctfogear.com, where people can go buy shirts and caps and whatever suits your style of taking your message to market. But Todd's he's donning his cap here. We were thinking about putting a cap on tonight, but I didn't want to mess up my hair. But that's a great resource for us to carry our brand out to the marketplace. Klaus, I know you came in with a family member and mixed some pleasure into the trip. So my point in that is that this kind of helps us make the point about the flexibility that this business model offers us. You gentlemen could actually schedule any time to go in on your trip, and you could expand it into any kind of personal pleasures that you wanted as well. So when did you arrive, Klaus, and how did you make that a super great memory for yourself and your family?
Thanks, Jeff, for having me on the call. Yeah, I came in last Thursday, and this time with my son. Usually I take my wife, and we had an awesome time those 5 days. As a matter of fact, when I drove in, two of our team members, Maria and Matt Tollins, they passed us up on the way to Vegas. I thought, you know, they couldn't get there fast enough.
Yeah, that would not happen if I was driving and Maria and Matt were there. They go, "Who's that crazy woman that we can't get?" And they'll want to draft behind me.
You know, I drove 80 or 85 and they passed. Don't. Well, CTFO is like what I always say, like a magnet to attract wonderful people. And I love to meet the team members which I did a lot of them for that reason. People I never met before. And from emails and text messages that I received yesterday and today, I found out that some of them I have not even met.
Wow. And then you actually brought your son with you to enjoy the experience. What were his thoughts about it? Because he's watched Dad build $1 million organizations before. Did he enjoy his time? Was he wowed? How did he experience it?
I did. Every time we had time in between, we did, in those 5 days, we walked up and down the strip. We went to the Blue Group show, which was awesome, by the way. I didn't even know what they were. My son said, Dad, why don't we go there? I said, sure, let's do it. So we did that. And also in those 5 days, we had more beers in Vegas than in 5 months here at home. So I have to say.
Nice.
And on the way back, it was so much fun. We went to the Hoover Dam and to the Grand Canyon. And at 7 o'clock Monday night, we still were at the Grand Canyon. So we were in time, back home, Tuesday morning at 5:30 for breakfast. We had it was a great father and son experience.
Oh, that is so magnificent. I love that. I love how this business
I can't wait
model,
to hear about the next CTFO event.
Right.
It will be
absolutely.
This one was be a total success.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially for first time out of the gate, wouldn't you say? Yeah. So let's talk about what your takeaways were.
Absolutely.
We were bell to bell on Saturday. Friday, there were some mixers, and we had the opportunity to go up to that beautiful suite that Michael Swilling opened up for all of us and meet our owners actually for the first time, right? We have a good story here that we can share. Maybe if we don't.
I think it's different.
Yeah, maybe we won't name this person, but Todd and Klaus and I know this person who's very, very high up, higher than Michael Swilling. But we won't name his name because we don't want to embarrass him. And he's talking about his time in Las Vegas prior to the actual Saturday event. And he was talking about a prospect that he met, and I can't remember exactly where they crossed paths, but the person was uber interested, leaning in, wanting to know more. And this person that will remain nameless went to reach into his pocket to grab a business card, and he didn't have one. And so when we talk about leading by example, that gave me a great chance to step in and say, did you have your phone? And he said, I did. And I said, that wouldn't happen to my group. And why is that, Todd?
Well, absolutely. When I heard that story.
Why wouldn't we ever be without a business card if we had our phone in our possession? Why would that not be a challenge we would run into?
Yes, well, what's going to happen is that with our group, ladies and gentlemen, we've been talking about this Swiss Army knife of the industry called the LFI shuffle card. And everyone has a phone, okay? And so when we asked this gentleman, did you have your phone? He was like, well, yeah, I have my phone. Well, the point we're trying to make, ladies and gentlemen, is that these things and these tools that we've been talking about for months leading up to the biggest event of the year, if we'd have had the shuffle card on you, that wouldn't have been an issue. And so you're never without your digital business card. There's some individuals on this line tonight that I shared my digital business card with, and they're like blown away. They never seen it before. And so it's just a testament to what we have here for Team Genesis members. It's a testament to the vision that we want to help you with your business. And so if you have these tools, allow technology to help you in your business. But how cool would that be for you to be a product of the product, one, and then number two, introduce someone to the same system that they're going to have success with. I really want that to hit home, is because we always talk about in this industry to have things that's duplicatable. Also have something that differentiates you from everybody else. Everybody pulls out a business card, but when you give them that sharp LFI shuffle card, and it's got all of the CTFO products, it has the pet products, it has the opportunity. Now we got the video, and they can go right to their phone. Like, that's pretty cool. And I want to be a part of something like that.
We're going to update all those cards with new graphics and the new product video. And I think we're going to even make a digital business card just for the hair product that we're going to talk about here that I'm so excited about. But certainly we had some fun doing a little shaming with this individual because we train on having business cards. Actually, I've heard his business partner train on, and it was kind of funny. He was caught off guard, so we had a little fun with that. So Klaus, tell us, what was your biggest takeaway? There was so much packed into such a short period of time. What was the thing that kind of set you back and you go, wow, I'm right place, right time?
Yeah, being our profession for so long, it's probably a little different than most people. Besides all the excitement about news and products, for me, it was the founders, Steve and Stuart.
Right.
They were rocking the house, and that was one thing for me I needed to feel. I've never met them, and to be 100% sure that I made the right choice when I joined CTFO, I always wanted to look them into their eyes and see how they are in real life. Being on the phone and talking to someone or to somebody is one thing. Meeting someone live is a whole different story. So what I saw, I loved what I saw, felt, and heard, and I'm in 100%.
And it was quite a balance between the three, Michael and Stu and Steve, right? Michael's a little bit more reserved, kind of more toes the line of professionalism, and Stu and Steve just bare their soul. They bear everything, actually. As we kind of heard, ladies and gentlemen, they're pretty transparent gentlemen, but you certainly got to see that their hearts were in the right place. You got to see that strategic partner who was actually courted by Canaway, one of our big competitors, or we'll call them perceived competitors, would have loved to have this partnership, and we swept it away from them. Why? Because we deserve it more. Why? They don't know you and I, but they certainly got a chance to know our owners, and they said, these are the people that we want to partner with, and we'll tell you what's in that for us, because these great guys put their best foot forward, and it made a great impression on the right people. What was it like for you, Klaus, for all of these people, men and women, our new associates that you're talking to often over the course of weeks or months, exchanging emails with, you come together at that meeting place. How did it feel to put the face with the voice and the communications that have led to that Saturday?
Absolutely. With most, you feel like you know them for many years.
Right.
Just their buddies or best friends. And I love the camaraderie, and that was perfect at this event. In Vegas, you know, when you have friends, you have double or quadruple the fun. And this weekend, I've seen conventions with 15,000 people, and we had this weekend maybe 700 or 800. It was just one big family, like you knew everybody or know everybody right there and then. I found that, you know, very nice. It was
right. And on that point, I could talk about how some people feel very isolated, and the idea that your family, that your friends that really begin to feel like family could expand so big, so fast, if you just lean in and accept our invitation to be a part of this ripe opportunity. How incredible that was, how quickly we came together. I got to see people, Todd and Klaus, and they stood in front of me, and it was almost like up to me to guess who it was in front of me. And Lee and Diane are one of the ones that I think of. They stood there and they looked at me and I looked at them, and then I just gleefully just screamed about, oh my God, there's my girls. But that happened so many times. We met Kim, didn't we, Todd? You brought me to the back of the room, and lots of other people. We had rows and rows of people from Phoenix, Arizona, who made that short journey up to Las Vegas to seize this opportunity. Todd, what was the biggest takeaway for you from this event?
Wow, it's really hard to put into one or two things that was really exciting for me. Wow, you know, I went to the church service on Sunday. You know, that was powerful in itself. The people, we've already talked about the people, and, you know, I don't need to piggyback off of that, but what I really liked was the heartwarming stories, you know, because when you get on stage and things of that nature, you don't fake it. You can tell. And we had people there this past weekend that just really inspired me, motivated me to let me know I really didn't have any excuses. But it really, I always hone in, Janet, and talk about the main idea. And these individuals that we heard from throughout the weekend when they were telling their stories, and it really let me know the main idea was the people. You know, CTFO has put us in a position, ladies and gentlemen, to where we have a product that is impacting people's lives. And one that comes to mind is Karen Appy. You know, I can't say enough about her and her husband. Friday night when we were at the gala, we had a little reception. They introduced themselves, and we sort of chopped it up because she was saying she's from Carolina, and I called her a Tar Heel. She said, "No, I'm from the real Carolina." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" She's like, "I'm a South Carolina Gamecock." I'm like, "Okay, I'm sorry," but we were talking, and you know, it's just the humbling experience about, you know, talking to her husband and talking to her in the warmth like we had known each other for like 30, 40 years. And she was like, "I can't wait for you to hear my story." And when she got on that stage, I mean, I didn't have any more tears left, you know, but
Right.
I could just tell the passion that was coming from her because it was real. But not only that, she had the pictures. It was a raw video to let you know where she was and where she is now. And when she pulled out those 2 bags, it looked like a little mini pharmacy. I was like, wow. And for her to go from that to the smiling face that she is now, just all bubbly. And I got to see her right before she was leaving. I gave her a hug, told her I loved her. And, you know, she actually texted me before the call and said, you know, "Can I get on the call?" I was like, "Absolutely, your family." And so the call wouldn't be the same without you. So it's just stories like that. And that's just one story. Chastity, you know, it's just a lot of people that spoke, not only on stage, but I want to say this, Janet, it's the people that come up to you and say, "Hey, I heard you on the call, and that inspired me to get my business going." Or, you know, "I really like your calls on Saturdays." It lets us know that what we're doing is not in vain. We're not doing this for practice. We're doing this not only for us, but to bless you and for people to come up to us and really validate what we're doing. That was the biggest takeaway, is that we truly are changing the future outcome in people's lives in many, many ways that we didn't even know, but they came and told us. So that just makes my heart happy.
Yeah, you know, so Karen Appy was amazing, and Chelsea Hill, an incredible story too. Every parent just grimaced as we watched this vibrant young cheerleader and dancer then have a life-altering car accident at 17 and become a paraplegic. And every one of us just went, "Oh, that's like a fate no parent ever wants to live through." And her dad is actually an associate here. And, you know, for me, Klaus and Todd, as I sat there, and I'm going to almost get teary when I'm talking about this, and I'm kind of looking at the backs of the heads of the people in front of me, sometimes with my own challenges going on that I have to address, and I find myself complaining or getting downtrodden at any time. I look at God, and He puts us together to share this journey so that you can see people like this, and compared to those wonderful young lady and lady with Karen, I got nothing to complain about. All I can do is just humbly cheer them on to be their best. And what an incredible story that was to impart to all of us, and given us such a sense of oneness and supporting each other up and lifting each other up. Whether you have a catastrophic experience in your life, a game-changing experience, everyone likes to feel like they're part of a body that's bigger than themselves. And I think we really demonstrated that as tears flowed and hugs. And if you're not touchy, we'll give you the 3-foot rule, but not very often. All right, Klaus, tell us a little bit about your business model. How will your business model change as a result of the products that were, and the products and the website? What's going to change up in your model moving forward?
I don't think I really change anything as of right now, other than I'm going to use a 5-minute video, which is powerful, as it takes out the guesswork, and it explains a very simple way what we have in our CBD product line that we offer to prospects. Use it to communicate the information and share it. It's an amazing 5-minute video.
And for people who didn't hear the announcement yesterday, that video is now on our homepage of our current website, and it was actually professionally done. You can tell because it's just an exquisite, powerful video, but it was done by a professional who shoots in Hollywood. So what an incredible tool that will be. It just says it all. Todd, what was, can you reference for people who missed yesterday's corporate call and weren't at the gala live, just list off the products that were announced, and then I'm going to ask each one of you to pick your favorite, and I'm going to throw mine in the center ring.
Yes,
I can't hear you.
I'm going off of memory because of the way I am on the Zoom.
Okay.
But ladies and gentlemen, we have the gummies. A lot of people wanted the gummies. That's the chewables and the edibles. We came out with that. We came out with the hair products. Can't tell you how excited the people are about the hair products, especially our salon owners. We have more skin products. You know, we have those with CBD, without, but we had some the mud mask. You know, a lot of people like to put the mask on and then let it sit there and get all cute and then pull it off. So we have that. And then we have the 10X Pure. Wow. I mean, what can we say? You know, I want to touch on this just for a second. Ladies and gentlemen, a lot of times we have to stand in the gap for our team members. And I know a lot of people wanted to come and couldn't come, but I'm going to try to get this across to you. This gentleman who actually owns the company, and then the gentleman who patented the product, they basically had a mic drop moment. They got on the stage, they talked to us, and they was like, there's a lot of companies worldwide, a lot of multi-level marketing companies that wanted our exclusive product because of what it is, what it does. And I'm here to tell you, and he had his whole staff there, ladies and gentlemen. They stood up. He had the patent owner. He stood up. He said, I'm here to tell you, Stuart, Steve, Michael, and the whole CTFO family, is that a lot of people have asked for this, but we see the integrity of the company. We see the people that's involved with CTFO. And I'm here to tell you today that nobody else in the world with a multi-level marketing company would be able to have this product. And he just walked off. And that
I love having that sense of better than-ness. And Michael Kahn made this point, you know, before we had a phenomenal product, best in class, but there were other people that had the same product. Now we've just taken ourselves a leap year ahead, and nobody's going to catch us. I love that idea when he talked about, Todd, how a 1,500 milligram bottle of CBD oil will behave as far as its absorption and potency, its delivery of the nutrients where we need it at a cellular level, will make that 1,500 behave like a 3,000 milligram product. So you think about people who are teetering with some really significant conditions that need to be addressed. Here's their ticket. Us versus them, it's us all day long. Yeah.
Absolutely. And you know, when we're talking about exclusive products and things of that nature, that just took us to a whole nother level as far as a company. And I think you asked me what product that I like the best that came out. I like them all, but this is something with me, you know, you talk about taking our business to another level. Ladies and gentlemen, we came out with the vapes, and I know everybody, when they saw that, you know, the whole room just erupted. But now, ladies and gentlemen, that has changed the game, because now you have actual shops, vape shops, that have people coming into their stores and their facilities that are already familiar with these products. But now those people can get on the accounts receivable side of the money, meaning that you can have a vape shop owner tell his customer that's been coming in there and patronize them, say, hey, I appreciate your business. Would you like to go in business with me? That's a conversation to have, because most people probably would want to capitalize on the products they like to use anyway, but think they have to have a brick and mortar business like a dispensary or a vape shop. Well, can you imagine now, ladies and gentlemen, you can go to the vape shop and tell them, say, now you can put not only the vape products in your store, but the other great products CTFO has, and now put your customers in a position to be in partnership with you. And so I was already doing this, ladies and gentlemen, before the vapes came out up in the Baltimore, Maryland area. And now it's just going to take it to a whole nother level. So CTFO never ceases to amaze me, to give us more ammunition to go out and build our business. But Janet, if I had to say one of the products that I'm very excited about, it would be the vapes, because of what's going out in the marketplace right now.
Very good. And that wouldn't be mine, but I understand that that's the one that got the standing ovation, and everyone was really tripping about that one. Klaus, I bet you vapes isn't your favorite. What's your favorite product?
Well, I don't really know yet, because I haven't tried them. However, I tried the gummies. I love them. I don't care. I really like those. But I think the 10X Pure will be a standalone product.
Right.
point will lead the CBD market with what we have, exclusive right, patented, and so on and so forth. But all the newly introduced products are super and deserve to be promoted big time as well.
And each one of them could be a standalone product, right?
Yes, absolutely.
We just kind of have to be a good listener and take in that information and then be positional. You know, what is it? Introduction, fact find, presentation, and close. So that's just part of salesmanship. Yeah.
And different people have different ways of promoting a series of product or a product. And they have right now an option they can use to open the doors for other products.
Yeah, you know, today I saw someone roll down his truck and then he had that vaping kind of stuff coming out. I don't even know what you call it. It's not steam. That's how ignorant I am. But there's, I guess, vapor coming out of there. And I wanted to just put my car in park and just stick my head in his window and make a new best friend and give him a product he's going to like even more. But I use self-control. I didn't want to get my head blown off or anything. But I'll share with you that mine is the hair restoration system. When Stu said that he's only used it for 3 weeks and only 4 of the 3 products that make up the complete system, I mean, I was excited. And I've told my husband Chip for quite some time, if there was a company that came out with a hair restoration product that didn't have the adverse effects that you get through some of these clinics and stuff, and their idea of a solution to this, well, it's kind of an epidemic. I'm really going to say I look around at the gym and around in just the general public, and at least half the guys have thinning hair, and it isn't an old man's issue anymore. I'm talking about college age kids. When I went up to Berkeley to see my daughter, you'd see people roaming around campus with really thin hair, and I think men's preference, and we'll just say a strong preference, is that they had a nice head of hair and they would do almost anything to have it. So the idea that we can make it safe and effective and have their answer to feel good about themselves, I completely love it. I think like Stu and Mike and Steve said, that product alone, you could build an absolute fortune here. So
Janet, my wife reminds me every day, I sure can use it.
Well, I'm thinking I should, as I'm getting older, my hair's thinning out a little bit. I got to like pull it to the one side and make it look like something. So I think maybe I'll be using it also. I won't be putting it on my back though. So, but I wanted to take just a minute, Klaus, and kind of dump this on you. Can you share, we have a lot of new associates on the line with us, and they want to know what's next. How do they begin here? Can you kind of give them a call to action? It's such an easy business, ladies and gentlemen. I want Klaus to tell you what your first steps need to be to begin to assemble your team, get a check actually in your back office next Wednesday. What do they need to do, please, Klaus?
I would simply say this for a brand new person. Open the door to talk to people as many times as you can. You either can talk to them yourself or you put them on the phone with an active upline. After they now watch the 5-minute video. Ask them what they like best about it, put them on the phone in a 3-way call. It's the best way on the job training. And the next step would be get them registered and place their order. It doesn't get any more simpler than that. Obviously, if it comes to the compensation plan, we want to have as quickly as possible at least 4 to 6 active. That makes us an executive manager, which is, I always teach, the most important position or rank. And everything is based on the executive manager. Everything else will in time fall in place. For some people faster, for some people slow, but it doesn't matter. That's what I would. And you know, I like to add this phrase, what I always use. Duplicate a simple system consistently to a lot of people, which are just shared. Everything else is in addition to that. Because people like different marketing methods. They can use it if they know what they are doing. But always duplicate a simple system because you reach more than 90% of the people out there with a simple system.
Right. Thank you, Klaus, for kind of summarizing that for us. And thank you, Todd and Klaus, for being with us tonight and helping us share what's new and what's great with CTFO, sharing your experience and your takeaways from our incredible convention. And ladies and gentlemen, it should be obvious to all of you now. You'd have to be living under a rock not to recognize that the CBD market is absolutely exploding. And what that means for you is you need to get to your friends before your friends get to your friends. We just had a situation in my own family today where my husband reached out to a friend and he just enrolled under somebody else because we stalled. So you want those people to be on your team, a part of your team, a part of your future, and you surely want them to be a part of your company here, not a part of an inferior company. We're offering you an unbeatable combination. I'll remind you, the best products, the best company, and we've got the best pay plan. You have absolutely nothing to lose and everything to gain, even hair now. And so since you have nothing to lose and then you have nothing to fear. So get started, go after it, get back with the person who invited you on the webinar. And next Wednesday, we'd love to welcome you to this webinar as our brand new CTFO associate and family member. Good night to all and God bless.